This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Right now it's 6 on Good Morning Indiana.
So I know I've been trying to call her for the past couple weeks, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her to her cell phone.
An Indianapolis woman stunned to hear her mother contracted COVID-19 at a nursing home. Her message and the impact the virus is having on long-term care facilities. Thousands of Hoosiers relying on unemployment to make ends meet.
It's very tough, and I'm taking care of 3 children right now, so I'm just making it.
New this morning, why those waiting for benefits describe the process as daunting. Have you noticed a jump in your grocery bill?
The price of eggs has gone extremely high compared to a few years ago.
Working for you, we're looking at how the higher prices will stick around so you don't waste your money. And COVID-19 has changed the way we celebrate special occasions. This morning, how a local community is rallying around a special young man. And it is 6 o'clock. We want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday, April 22nd. I'm Lauren Casey, Todd Clausen, and Raphael Sanchez working from home as we continue our social distancing. Raphael, what's going on down there in Johnson County?
Well, good morning from the living room. I found the brightest yellow shirt to encourage Todd Clausen to give us more sunshine today. So, Todd, you always deliver, so I'm hoping that the bright neon will encourage that sentiment.
All right, well, I'm going to have to turn on the TV here in between my weather hits to check out that shirt, Raphael. But you have the bright yellow, the bright neon for sunshine today, and we are going to deliver. So that is the good news, as it should be a pretty nice day for us here across the area. It's starting off a little bit chilly right now with temperatures that are in the 30s, 40s, and even 120 there, 29 degrees in Crawfordsville, 40 in Lafayette with a little more in the way of cloud cover, 39 in Indianapolis and Bedford, currently sitting at 36 degrees. There's a little more in the way of cloud cover to the north, and you notice a few returns showing up here as some snow. That's probably not reaching the ground, and most of that's going to slide off into Ohio, so you really don't have to worry about that. Overall, a good day, mostly sunny start, turning partly cloudy throughout the afternoon hours, but notice the quick warm-up very quickly through the 40s this morning into the upper 50s already by the noon hour, with high temperatures for everybody today. That'll be topping off right around 70 degrees.
All right, Todd, thank you so much for keeping a close eye on traffic this morning as we're heading out on the roads on this Wednesday. Here's a look south of downtown, I-65 and Keystone Avenue. This is an area we've been showing you all week because we have some major construction going on here during the daytime hours and a traffic shift you'll need to be aware of as you're traveling northbound on I-65 and you get to Keystone Avenue. The traffic splits off. The exit ramp remains open. The rest of the lanes have to shift over into the southbound side of the interstate, so a big curve there, and you'll have to head left, so keep that in mind. Slow down as you approach those barriers. Southbound traffic, it remains on the correct side of the road, but traffic is restricted down to just 2 lanes. That exit ramp remains open as well, so just keep that up in mind as you're heading out on the roads, especially traveling here to the south. Raphael?
The time now is 6:02, and now to the latest on the coronavirus. The state reporting the biggest jump in the number of deaths connected to COVID-19. Here are the numbers as we have them this morning. The State Department of Health says there are 61 new coronavirus deaths. A total of 630 Hoosiers have died from the COVID-19 since the pandemic began. The Department of Health also reports 431 new coronavirus cases. That's fewer new cases than on Monday. But the state says the lower number is due to a technology issue and should not be interpreted as a decline in new infections. In total, there have been 12,097 confirmed COVID-19 cases in our state.
And this morning, Raphael, Indiana's health commissioner is answering questions about why specific details from senior care facilities are not being shared with the state.
The families of these individuals that live in or reside in these residential facilities or these nursing homes are to be notified by the nursing home, and the recent CMS regulations, so Medicare and Medicaid regulations, are requiring them to notify families of any positive cases and update them on additional positive cases and to update them on any deaths that occur in those facilities. So that's where we're going to leave that at this point.
An Indianapolis woman tells RTV6 she learned this week her mother tested positive for the virus. Abby Ariramo says that she's not been able to visit her mom at Decatur Township Genesis Health Center due to the restrictions to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. She wants her mother taken to a hospital, but says the facility is telling her that everything is under control and she shouldn't worry.
They called me yesterday and told me she tested positive, and I just started crying. It was just like everything blacked out then. Because I know I've been trying to call her for the past couple weeks, and I haven't been able to get a hold to her through her cell phone because I got her a cell phone so I can video chat her.
Well, RTV6 has been told that Abby's mother is on a ventilator in her room at the facility. We are in contact with the center, and we're working to get answers about their protocols. Of course, we'll bring you an update just as soon as we learn more.
The time now is 6:05. Here at RTV6, we have a new campaign. It is called The Rebound Indiana. It is focused on those issues that you are facing right now in hopes, of course, of recovering from this pandemic.
And Raphael, we know that the state is hoping to start sending unemployment benefits totaling $600 a week to Hoosiers who are usually not eligible.
And of course, the feds are making those funds available, but creating the system, the process has been daunting. Meanwhile, Alicia Hiller, she waits.
This is a mask that I end up just coming up with an idea to buy a sewing machine and make them.
Alicia Hiller talked to us while waiting to pick up a box of food being provided by her bosses at Crystal Catering. Since being laid off, her sewing machine has been keeping her busy. She's made more than 25 face masks for friends and neighbors while also being focused on the home front.
It's very tough, and I'm taking care of 3 children right now, so I'm just making it.
Hiller's full-time job is helping her kids stay on top of their academics at the same time while having fun, from playing games to planting seeds outside. And her other full-time job is applying for unemployment benefits. She says she's been denied twice.
It just says that I don't have adequate work history. So they go back to 2018, and it says I don't have adequate work history.
She's now waiting for the federal relief dollars of $600 a week to kick in for those who usually are not covered by unemployment benefits.
That would be able to help me to keep buying groceries. That would help me to pay the bills and the mortgage because the bills are still due. I'm just really just trying to look at the positives about it. You know, I'm just spending time with doing activities. We're just trying to do positive, loving things in the home.
So the Department of Workforce Development is really working hard to get Alicia her unemployment and others in that same situation. They hope to have that system in place by the end of this week, and those payments, in her case, beginning sometime the first week in May. That being said, tonight we're hosting a major event. We hope that you will join us in with your questions, because we are putting together the top leaders of the Department of Workforce Development for a virtual town hall. This all begins at 7:30 tonight. You can join the discussion and ask questions about getting back to work and making ends meet on the RTV6 Facebook page, as well as our website, theindychannel.com.
It is 6:07. More than 450,000 Hoosiers have filed for that unemployment since the stay-at-home order was first put in place in Indiana. It's placing a financial hardship on those individuals, but we know it's also a mental challenge. Our Alyssa Donovan is joining us live this morning. And Alyssa, you spoke with an expert on this topic. What did they have to say?
You know, she says that job loss can be linked to many different mental health issues, including anxiety and depression. And given our situation right now with the stay-at-home orders and the isolation that many people are experiencing, all of those feelings can be amplified. That psychotherapist I spoke with is Megan Devine, and she said that the financial strain is an added stress, but also adding anxiety for the future. Devine has been doing Q&A forums online during the stay-at-home order, and a lot of people have been asking how to deal with the stressors of job loss that has added to their lives. She says many people have lost their jobs, are also expressing their employment provided health care for their entire family. Now they're concerned if someone does get sick, there will be no way to pay for it. On top of that, the isolation of staying home to help curb the spread of coronavirus is highlighting all of these worries.
A lot of routine, and that is a loss. I don't think that we really recognize the grief involved just in the loss of daily routine. And then adding job loss on top of it, it's like if you still had your job to go back to, some of this loss of routine would be easier to manage.
And Divine says there's also a loss of identity that goes into this. Many people associate who they are with their job. So losing that job definitely makes them feel that questioning. And of course, if you do know someone who has lost their job in the wake of all this, the best way to be there for them, according to Divine, is just to be there for them to express all of their concerns. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, great information at this moment in time. The time now is 6:09, and two big public colleges are ready to move forward after, of course, to rebound from COVID-19. Purdue University says if the government allows for the reopening of colleges and universities by the usual August start date, they will be ready. Purdue, for example, plans to accept students on campus in typical numbers. Purdue University President Mitch Daniels, in a letter, says numbers show that college-age students are not typically at a high risk for death from COVID-19. Daniels says the bigger risk is students passing COVID-19 to older faculty members, staff members on campus. He says the school will consider new policies and practices, keeping those groups separate or minimize contact between them. Meanwhile, with the 2020 college football season in doubt due to the pandemic, Indiana University is announcing changes to season ticket renewal policies. The changes include an extension of the season ticket renewal deadline that is now to May the 15th, an option to either receive a refund or cancel games or have a credit given toward a future ticket purchase, and a 5% down payment for football season tickets, with the remaining balance due in 2 equal payments in July and August. That is a whole lot of information. We have it all for you on the IndyChannel.com.
Well, Raphael, celebrating a big life moment as we normally would, it's not possible right now. So whether it be the birth of a baby, a marriage, even a birthday, we've seen a lot of creativity when it comes to celebrating. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us now with a way how local people made an Anderson man feel really special on his birthday. Kelsey.
A lot of things are looking different right now while we continue to social distance. Even things like birthday parties are now celebrated in a new way. You've probably seen it on social media or even in your own neighborhood. Birthday parades, a way to celebrate and show your love to anyone who might be having a birthday during quarantine. Birthdays that a lot of people won't soon forget.
They're huge. It's one of those ones that you'll remember forever, but just because it happened when it happened and how we did it, but we made the best of it, and I thought it was fabulous. I loved every minute of it.
And we want to know what you think about these birthday parades. Do you think they should stick around once we go back to the new normal, or do you think that they'll stay in the era of social distancing? Head over to Twitter and Facebook to weigh in. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Yeah, Kelsey, thank you so much. Thousands of Hoosiers looking for a job this morning. New at 6:15 will connect you to a local company looking for Hoosiers to fill those jobs. But first, let's check in with the one and only Todd Clausen. TK, good morning.
Raphael, good morning to you. It's going to be a nice day of weather here across central Indiana. So on our scale here from 1 to 10, what are we going to rate the day? Well, I'm going to move the needle here, and it's going to be about an 8 to 9. It's going to be above normal temperature-wise, just a little more in the way of cloud cover building in as the day goes on. We'll dive into the forecast for you when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on RTV6.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:15 to Good Morning Indiana. The huge unemployment numbers makes our commitment to connecting you to jobs every single day a big priority. That's the mission behind hiring Hoosiers and why we're now in our second year of this critical program.
Yeah, and Raphael, even in this global pandemic, we can tell you that there are companies in our area hiring right now. And so one of those companies is Indianapolis-based transportation and logistics company Direct Connect Logistics. DCL is looking to hire up to 20 new sales reps right now as it expands into a much larger space to accommodate a growing workforce. We spoke with the CEO, who tells us due to their focus on the food and beverage industry, getting deliveries to retail establishments like Costco, they are still keeping busy during this pandemic.
All that is going on, we're really just looking for people with sales experience in the logistics industry, preferably. That way the training is a little easier for us to do, since we anticipate lots of it's going to be remote training. We're looking forward to getting the space filled with Hoosiers that are ambitious and self-motivated and have sales experience and are ready to come work for a great company with a great culture.
So if you're interested in applying with Direct Connect Logistics, they are doing virtual interviews to keep everyone safe during this pandemic. He also tells me that nearly 95% of their office employees are now working from home during this time. So if you want more information on how you can apply, you can just head to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. The time right now is 6:17. Let's check in with Todd Clausen and see what we can expect as we head out the door today. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Lauren, it's going to be a great day for us here across the area. Behind me is the downtown view to the north on the RTV6 Weather Now camera. And if you look really close here, you can see the sky starting to brighten just a little bit. There's a little bit in the way of cloud cover to the north, but that'll move out very quickly this morning. Temperatures sitting in the 30s. So it's a little bit of a cooler start to our day, but with the cooler start, temperatures will warm very quickly throughout the course of the day today due to the sunshine. And here's a little bit of that cloud cover in northern locations that I was talking about. You could see there's a little bit of snow up there towards the Fort Wayne area. A lot of that's not reaching the ground. And that cloud cover and any precipitation that is falling will scoot off to the east pretty quickly throughout the course of the day. And we'll enjoy skies that'll go from mostly sunny this morning to partly cloudy this afternoon. To our south, though, there is a pretty big storm system with some heavier rainfall. And this is going to eventually go through Tennessee and then make its way up the east coast, but it is going to be close enough to give us rain tomorrow. The further south you are, the better potential for seeing those rain showers. So let's all just enjoy today. 55 already by the noon hour, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s depending on where you are. I do think southern locations will climb into the 70s. The temperatures you see there are for the metro area. If you want to fire up the grill this evening, I was thinking about doing it yesterday, but the wind kept blowing the burners out on my grill. So today's a much better option. You don't have the wind, and it's warmer as well. So you can sit outside on the patio and eat your meal with the family if you choose to do so. While today is dry, there will be rain chances over the course of the next couple days. Tomorrow, the rain chances are high. Almost everybody's going to see it. Friday, they're very late in the day. They ramp up on Saturday. Then on Sunday, those rain chances are pretty early in the day. This is TrueCast tomorrow morning at 3:30. So as you wake up and get going, it should be already raining in southern locations. And the bottom line is the further south you are tomorrow throughout the morning and into the early afternoon hours, that is where we are going to have the heaviest and the steadiest of the rain. As you work your way to the north, the rain becomes a little more scattered in nature. It becomes a little lighter as well. But nonetheless, if you do have to be out and about tomorrow, make sure you have that umbrella handy. And you will definitely need it at some point. Then for the weekend, showers and some storms on Saturday, Sunday morning showers, then sunshine. But look at those temperatures, 54 degrees. So we definitely do start to cool down across the area over the course of the next couple days. So that's why you need to take full advantage of today. It's mild, it's sunny for the most part, and it is going to be dry.
Todd, thank you. We're going to take a look right now at traffic through the downtown area. This is our INDOT traffic camera at I-65 and I-70 at the north split. Traffic here in the westbound lanes of I-70 moving along up to speed, as well as I-65. But you can see the right side of your screen is quiet other than a construction vehicle, and that's because the eastbound lanes of I-70 at the north split are closed. This is a project that started mid-April. It should last through mid-May, and then later this week, Friday morning, is the set date as of right now, where crews are going to close the westbound lanes of I-70 between the east side at 465 in the north split. So just keep that in mind if that's part of your normal commute. We also have some ramp systems blocked from the downtown area hopping onto the interstate, even if you're just trying to get on I-65. So that could change up your commute as well. Of course, we'll continue to monitor both of those projects. Raphael.
I'm glad you are on staff, Lauren, because you know all the roads. So keep listening to Lauren. She'll get you there. The time now is 6:21. Many of you are working from home. For example, I am broadcasting from my living room. But keep this in mind that burnout is still possible while you are working from home. Health experts say working parents may even be more prone at home because of the extra responsibility throughout the day. Experts say try to set some time aside for yourself each day, and don't be afraid to take a day off even though you're stuck at home. They also suggest establishing some clear boundaries for when it's time to work and when it's family time. Nurses are putting their personal lives on hold to help battle COVID-19 on the front lines, and that means missing some special occasions. So new at 6:26, how nurses in Avon are teaming up to help a co-worker celebrate her son's birthday. What a special day.
Well, Well, it is the 50th anniversary, Raphael, of Earth Day today. GMA has an eco-friendly deals and steals just for you. Here's an added bonus. They are all from small businesses, making everything from honey to tea towels. That's coming up on Good Morning America. Stick around, though. We have more here on Good Morning Indiana just after the break.
$1 for the same flooring? Floors to your home, that too.
The time right now is 6:24 on your Wednesday. Raphael, it is time to talk about what is trending at 6.
And we have some good stuff on this Wednesday. Let's begin. He just wanted to help his community, right? This is about an 8th grader named Zach Goslin. He saw a need for donations at a local food pantry, so he and 2 classmates, they set up some food drop-off locations at stores in his town in Billerica, Massachusetts. Officials say the amount of donations will help about 400 families in his town.
I'm the girl who has everything.
Well, one Kansas elementary school principal misses her students so much she decided to sing about it. Starside Elementary's Chris Meyer changed the words to The Little Mermaid's Part of Your World to let students know she wants to be where they are. Meyer says she just wants to spread a little bit of joy. She's a great voice, Raphael.
That is awesome. I say American Idol on line 1, American Idol. There you go. Mackenzie Miranda. She's a nurse at IU Health West Hospital in Avon, and she's been self-isolating to protect her family from COVID-19. I want to thank her for being a hero as well. But that did not stop her from celebrating her son's birthdays, her son Brayson's 7th birthday. Miranda's co-workers helped out by putting together a video wishing and singing Brayson a happy birthday. She says he asks her almost every day when he'll be able to hug her again. Brayson, happy birthday. Your mom is a hero. She's doing fantastic work, and I know she can't wait to come home and hug you guys. So that's an awesome story right there.
Yeah, thank you for her service to all the healthcare and first responders out there. We know they're making a lot of sacrifices right now. All right, well, the good news we have to bring to all of you today, though, is in the forecast. So for that, let's check in with Todd.
Yeah, Lauren, plenty of sunshine to start our day, and we'll see some cloud cover build in as the day goes on, but we're going to enjoy mild temperatures. Now, this morning, it's a little on the cool side as you get out the door, as temperatures are in the 30s in most locations, but will warm very quickly throughout the day today to temperatures that'll be near 60 degrees already by the noon hour. Then high temperatures today, they will be climbing all the way into the 60s and 70s for just about everybody. 66 in Peru, 69 the high temperature in Indianapolis, but look at Terre Haute, 73 degrees, about 71 to 72 degrees, and Bloomington as well as Columbus. Take advantage of today because rain, that is set to return to the forecast overnight tonight into your Thursday morning.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Well, have you looked at your grocery bill lately? It's probably a lot higher, and it's not because you're buying more. Working for you, our John Matarese looks into why some grocery items are suddenly a lot more expensive so you don't waste your money.
Grocery store supplies remain tight, with items from Tylenol to chicken still hard to find. But at the same time, prices continue to creep up, and we're all paying a lot more for less. Remember when eggs were 99 cents, beef was $2.79 a pound, and pork just $1.79? Not anymore.
The price of eggs has gone extremely high compared to a few years ago.
Cindy DeTore says her 99-cent eggs are now $1.59. A gallon of milk at her store is $2.99, up $1 this year. Forbes magazine found that nationally, egg prices are up 50% this year. Orange juice is up 20%, and wheat up 15%. But from the Doesn't That Stink file, the worst may be yet to come. Smithfield Farms has just closed several meat processing plants due to workers getting sick with COVID-19. Grocery chains now warn about pork becoming the next toilet paper, or at least seeing a big price hike in the coming weeks. Grocery stores insist they're not gouging, but when items get scarce, stores pull promotions and prices go up, and that really stinks if you're out of work. Bottom line, until store shelves are filled again, prices will remain high. As always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now in Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. 2 people suffered injuries during an overnight shooting on the southeast side. Police tell us the gunfire came from outside of a home on Dawson Street near Cottage Avenue around 1:30 this morning. Officers say a man was shot in the leg while a second person was hit by debris. Police are still looking for a suspect.
We will get our daily update from Governor Holcomb on COVID-19 numbers at noon today. Here's how things stand right now. At least 630 Hoosiers have died from the virus so far. While the state says more than 12,000 people have tested positive, the state's health commissioner says the stay-at-home order has helped Indiana's hospitals maintain enough intensive care beds and ventilators to provide treatment to those getting sick.
As Indiana plans to rebound from this pandemic, Purdue University says it will accept students on campus if government allows colleges and universities to reopen in August. Purdue President Mitch Daniels says the numbers show that college-age students are not high risk for death from COVID-19. Daniels says the school will consider ways to keep them separate, though, from older people and others who may be at high risk.
And in Bloomington, with the 2020 college football season in doubt, IU has announced changes to its football season ticket renewal policies. Those changes include an extension of the season ticket renewal deadline now to May the 15th. The ticket holders will also have the option to either receive a refund for canceled games or have a credit given toward a future ticket purchase. We are all getting ready, hopeful for some good football season. We're just getting ready, hopefully, to get back home at some point. Good morning to you. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Wednesday, April the 22nd, as we continue to socially distance ourselves. But boy, I miss you guys, by the way. I just want to say that. I just miss you guys.
Oh, Raphael, we miss you there as well, all the way down in Johnson County. And Todd, you are reporting from home as well on a great forecast. We'd give you maybe a high five or elbow bump if you were here in the studio.
Yeah, high five here. The old elbow bump. Yeah, whatever you want. The hug, we'll give you the virtual hug here, as it is going to be a good day for us, Lorna, weather-wise today. In fact, today's probably the best weather day I have in my 7-day planning forecast, which I'll show you in just a little bit. But the reason why it's going to be a good day today is because we are going to have sunshine and we're going to have mild temperatures. Now, this morning it's a little on the cool side, but we'll warm these temperatures very, very quickly. Sun coming up now, and as soon as this sun gets a little bit above the horizon, you notice the temperature jump 3 degrees from 7 to 8 o'clock, and then that temperature climb will continue very quickly throughout the day today. There's a little bit in the way of cloud cover to the north. That should burn off pretty quickly. Otherwise, everybody else is mostly sunny. And here are our high temperatures for the day today. 68 in Muncie, 70 in Greenwood, about 72 in Columbus, 72 in Rockville. It's going to be mild. It's going to be dry. Rain returns, though, to the forecast tonight. We'll talk more about that coming up for you in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now to our south. This is traffic at I-65 and Keystone Avenue. You can see that we do have heavier traffic in this area right now, and you see the curve right there in the road. We have a traffic shift you'll need to watch out for. Northbound lanes, you'll shift over to the southbound side of the interstate as you approach Keystone Avenue. This is because all the lanes are closed on that northbound side for construction. The exit ramp, however, remains open. You can see drivers using that right now. Southbound traffic, you're just squeezed into 2 small lanes there. On the normal side of the interstate, that exit ramp remains open as well. Just something to keep in mind, and you'll need to watch for workers as you head through this area. It is 6:32. Production has resumed at Tyson Foods processing plant in Logansport after it was shut down for cleaning. Neither Tyson nor Cass County Health Department will say how many employees tested positive for COVID-19 so far, though the health department is expected to release those numbers today. The department told the Faros Tribune, that newspaper there, that the poultry plant is now the epicenter of an outbreak in the county, where cases have more than doubled since just last week. A spokesperson for Tyson says the plant has implemented more ways to keep their workers farther apart.
The time now is 6:33. The state's health commissioner, she's denying a report that her department turned out an offer for free coronavirus testing kits from a Northside lab. The owner of Area Diagnostics told the Indianapolis Monthly magazine that he made the offer to the health department last week. Aria is the same lab that is providing 50,000 test kits to New York City. The lab's owner, Zach Kahn, says that while the state accepted swabs from him, they turned down other parts of the testing kits that are needed to complete a COVID-19 test. But the health commissioner says an offer of free testing kits was never made by Mr. Kahn, even though he again publicly made the offer through the magazine.
I can tell you on that phone call, there was never an offer of 50,000 free kits. In fact, the discussion, as I said, was that we've been doing pretty well with viral transport media because we've got Lilly making that for us, and now a subsidiary of Cook has been doing that.
Indiana has struggled to meet its stated goal of testing at least 6,300 Hoosiers per day for COVID-19. Yesterday, the health department reported just over 2,600 new tests.
Well, when it comes to federal funding to directly help people and families, Call 6 Investigates has been digging into concerns. Some people are just not getting their stimulus checks, and some are getting error-type messages when they check that IRS portal. Sandra Fink and her husband own a wedding venue down in Brown County. But with no money coming in, they were very much looking forward to their stimulus check. But when they check the IRS website, it says payment status not available.
I just want to know what's going on. If it said, you know, you're not going to get yours for another month and it's going to come by a paper check, that's fine. Just to know something.
Well, Call 6 Investigates has been reaching out to the IRS on behalf of Hoosiers since Thursday morning. We've called, we've emailed half a dozen times. We found more information on the IRS website. It says that you could get payment status not available for several reasons. That includes the IRS hasn't finished processing your 2019 return, or the application doesn't have your data yet, or you may not have received a stimulus check because you're not eligible, meaning you make too much money. Your social security number is invalid, or you are claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. Sandra Fink says she doesn't fall into any of these categories. She's hoping to get her money soon. Raphael, I've been taking calls here at the station as well from different folks who are dealing with the same thing, so we will continue to keep on top of this.
We will follow that, and Lauren will take a closer look at this number. Check out this number. More than 450,000 Hoosiers have filed for unemployment. That would cover the entire city populations of 8 Indiana cities right now, including Anderson, Bloomington, Carmel, Columbus, Greenwood, Kokomo, Plainfield, and Zionsville. This number is huge, putting a large financial hardship on many families. But so is the case of mental health. Alyssa Donovan is live this morning on that very issue, on how people are managing with their mental health. Alyssa, good morning, and fill us in.
Good morning, Raphael. So I spoke with an expert about this topic, and she said that job loss can have a major impact on someone's mental health, especially given the situation that we are in. That can include anxiety for the future as well as situational depression. I spoke with psychotherapist Megan Devine, and she says not only is the financial strain an added stress, but also anxiety for that future. Devine says for people going through this, it's best to allow yourself to have your feelings about what's happening, noting that we're all trained to be strong. However, this is something that we can be emotional about. She also says lean on others, whether that's through family or friends. Devine also mentioned that for many people, losing their job is more than just losing their income. It's losing a part of who they are.
But also a loss of identity. Like, who am I without this job? And even that feeling gets extra highlighted now because there's not a lot of ways to distract or to say, well, I'm a person who does this on the weekend. Well, not right now, you don't.
And that loss of routine is also jarring for people, adding to the job loss, and that makes it a lot more challenging, to adjust. And if you are someone who has recently lost your job, Devine recommends that you find an outlet, perhaps a group to talk to on Facebook or another online community, or reach out to a therapist online. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Alyssa, thank you. The time right now is 6:37. We know that these are trying times, as many of you are out of work right now. And that's why hiring Hoosiers in our initiative is more important than ever as we work to connect you with job opportunities. We can tell you, even in this global pandemic, there are companies in our community that are hiring right now. One of those companies is Indianapolis-based transportation and logistics company Direct Connect Logistics. DCL is looking to hire up to 20 new sales reps right now as it expands into a much larger space to accommodate its growing workforce. We spoke with the CEO, who tells us their focus is on the food and beverage industry, and so getting deliveries to retail spaces like Costco is keeping them really busy during this pandemic.
So what we were looking for is self-motivated, highly ambitious, highly competitive people that may have books of business, that have been in the transportation industry before, that are looking for a sales opportunity. We're base salary plus commission, and the base salary minimum is going to be $36,000, but it can go up depending on how much experience one person has.
So if you're interested in applying with Direct Connect Logistics, they are doing virtual interviews to keep everyone safe during the pandemic. He also tells me that due to the pandemic, nearly 95% of their employees are working from home right now. If you want information on how to apply, you can just head to our website, hiringhoosiers.com. RTV6 is working for you as Indiana starts to prepare for the day when we can safely rebound from this pandemic. We want you to be informed. Tonight, we are hosting a virtual forum with the Department of Workforce Development. That's going to start at 7:30 this evening. You can join in on this discussion. You can get your questions answered about getting back to work, making ends meet. It's all taking place on our RTV6 Facebook page and at theindychannel.com. Again, that's at 7:30 tonight. Raphael?
We'll see you tonight at 7:30. If you're looking for financial aid for college, there's normally a key deadline that you have to meet. But coming up next, we'll show you how the pandemic is giving you more time to find more dollars to pay for that education.
Keller and Keller, right now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time now is 6:42, and COVID-19 is getting in the way of college-bound students applying for financial aid. The state deadline for filing that financial aid form is now being extended until the money runs out. And I'm told there's still a lot of money for you to apply for.
And the same kinds of offers that we did last year, and so we're extending that time. The important message, Raphael, is that if you didn't do it before, you need to do it right now. Because we will run out of money, and so we will be doing this on a first-come, first-served basis.
So the state last year distributed $350 million in financial aid. Now, this extension also includes those middle school students that would be eligible for the 21st Century Scholarship. For more information, and what you need to do right now is go to the website there on the screen. That's FAFSA.gov. Don't forget FAFSA.gov to get in on that money. Lauren?
And the Indiana Department of Education, Raphael, is still working on what education is going to look like when students finally head back to the classroom later this year. State School Superintendent Jennifer McCormick says not a lot is set in stone as of now. Remote learning is a way of life for many students and teachers right now, and that's expected to remain the same for summer school. As of next school year, McCormick said they're looking at several options.
We're going to go right into reentry for 2021. What does it look like? Well, it's going to look back to normal, which I think is pie in the sky, or a little bit like today, where we are just pretty much remote, or a hybrid of you have some on site, some virtual. We've had people talk about shift splitting, where you have a first shift of school and a second shift of school, which is very tricky and very expensive. You have a roll-in entry where you bring different kids back at different times.
Well, McCormick says the Department of Education is launching a reentry advisory group to help schools think about what their plan is for when the buildings do reopen. Social distancing and stay-at-home orders have changed the way we celebrate big occasions. Up next, how one community got creative to surprise a man for his birthday. Todd.
And Lauren, today it's getting off to a cool start here across central Indiana, but it's going to really turn into a beautiful spring-like day as temperatures are going to start to moderate pretty quickly now that the sun is coming up. And eventually we're looking at high temperatures that'll be approaching 70 degrees. It does turn a little bit breezy throughout the afternoon hours, but all in all, not bad. We'll talk about today and when rain returns to the forecast as well, coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues.
Check up at Golden Oak Lending.
Welcome back. It is 6:47 on your Wednesday. I want to show you our camera right now in the downtown area, I-70 and I-65 at the north split. Take a look to the right of your screen. You can see some active construction going on right now in the eastbound lanes of I-70. Those will remain closed through mid-May as INDOT completes a major construction project. The westbound lanes of 70 set to close later this week. So, Raphael, we know celebrating a big life moment the way we normally do, it's not possible right now, whether that's the birth of a baby, a marriage, even a birthday. We have seen, though, a lot of creativity when it comes to celebrating.
So our Kelsey Anderson, who's among our best reporters, right? She is going to introduce us to a group of people that made an Anderson man feel really special on his big day. Kelsey, good morning.
Bells, horns, music, signs. It seems to be the new way we're celebrating our loved ones. And for Cooper Young, this small way to celebrate means so much. This weekend, Cooper Young celebrated a birthday differently than any other.
How old are you today?
4. Cooper was born with Down syndrome, so his immune system is compromised, and he hasn't been able to leave his house for more than a month. So his family and his friends found a way to celebrate him with a drive-by birthday party.
This year I was wondering how we were going to do that. It's just the 3 of us.
Cooper's mom, Sherry Thomas, says they always make a big celebration of birthdays, and she's thankful everyone could come together for a surprise parade, even though she had to tell him the parade was coming because Cooper likes to hug.
I told him a little bit earlier we were doing a parade and he couldn't hug anybody because otherwise he would want everybody to get out and hug him. And so we couldn't do that, but he loved the parade, right, Coop? Yeah.
And although the birthday party was small and only lasted a few minutes, Thomas says it's something she and Cooper will never forget.
They're huge. It's one of those ones that you'll remember forever, but just because it happened when it happened and how we did it, but we made the best of it, and I thought it was fabulous. I loved every minute of it, so I wanted to hug everybody.
There has been a lot of discussion on whether or not these new ways to celebrate should stick around once we all go back to normal. So head over to my Twitter and Facebook pages to weigh in on what you think about these birthday parades. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
All right. Thank you, Kelsey. Great story there. And our forecast is in pretty good shape here for the day today. Here's a live look outside right now. You see a couple things. You're looking off to the east from IMS, and you see the clear skies off in the distance. But there's a little bit of cloud cover there as well, as some clouds are making their way into northern portions of central Indiana this morning. Temperatures sitting in the 30s, so it's on the cool side if you're walking out right now. But if you can just hold off maybe another hour or two, look how quickly these temperatures start to climb across the area during the course of the day today. We're quickly through the 40s by mid-morning into the upper 50s, near 60 degrees already by the noon hour. And then high temperatures today will get very close to 70 degrees in the city. Many locations to the south, you will be getting into the 70s later on today. I mentioned that cloud cover, and you saw it there as you look to the north on the RTV6 Weather Now camera. It's basically just some clouds here across the northern portion of the state, and they're all going to just quickly scoot off into Ohio. So if you are seeing some clouds, just be a little bit more patient this morning compared to those of you in southern locations that are clear, as that little band of cloud cover makes its way through, and that precipitation that will stay off to our north and east as well. Now going forward throughout the day, though, we will see the clouds start to increase just a little bit across the area, and but we will stay dry, and the rain doesn't really arrive until late tonight or into the overnight hours. But once it does move into central Indiana, it's pretty widespread tomorrow. As you see our coverage percentages here through the middle half of the afternoon. Once we get to the evening hours, it'll start to taper off. And here's how it looks visually for you on TrueCast. This is starting you off at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And you can see there's some pockets of heavier rainfall that move through southern portions of central Indiana. To the north, the rainfall is a lot lighter than it will be down to the south. But it's with us through a good chunk of the morning and into the afternoon before it starts to move away. And then we'll just be dealing with some scattered showers across the area into early Friday morning. As far as rainfall potential goes, could see over an inch of rain in southern locations, but notice the drop off as you work to the north. It goes from over an inch to probably not even a half an inch of rain, but everybody will get a little bit wet here throughout the day tomorrow. And then going forward in this forecast, Friday's a dry day, but rain chances return on Saturday and Sunday. Although on Sunday, they're mainly going to be during the first half of the day, but you notice those temperatures much cooler. So really take advantage of today. Tomorrow, you'll need the umbrella. Friday's a decent day before we transition, Raphael, into those cooler temperatures and rain chances once again for the weekend.
Todd, thank you so much. So he's coming out of retirement so that he can play with his old teammate just one more time. Coming up in just a few moments on Good Morning America, the inside story of the reunion of the man they call Gronk with his old quarterback. You're watching Good Morning Indiana on RTV6.
The RTV6 app on your phone or streaming device.
Welcome back. Okay, so Raphael, not long ago, we showed you how some of the streets have been abandoned by people, and they're starting to get taken over by animals. You may recall that funny video we had of the goats roaming through that deserted downtown area in Wales in the UK. Well, it's happening again.
And so let me take you to the United Kingdom because the Welsh have some animals out and about. So check this out. This again in Wales, the kids are not getting to play on the playground, but as you can see, these animals are. Some sheep appear to be having a great time out there. Now, after a hard day of play, obviously, where are you gonna go if you're hungry? So if you're a sheep in Wales, where do you go? They tell me you go to McDonald's, the Golden Arches. Unfortunately, the Golden Arches, they were closed at this time due to the pandemic. Lord, I'm going to call the Johnson County 4-H folks, and I'm going to have them bring all kinds of animals to the Johnson County studios here by the end of the week. So, I mean, I'm getting tired of all these British folks and Welsh getting all the attention.
I know. That's pretty funny. I like how they're even using the merry-go-round. They're pretty good. They're probably just disappointed, like, what the heck? We thought McDonald's was always open. What's going on? All right, Todd, as folks are heading out today, maybe they're taking their pets on a walk or something. It's going to be a pretty nice day to do that.
Yeah, great shape. We're a little chilly this morning, but we'll see these temperatures start to moderate very quickly throughout the course of the day. 58 degrees by the noon hour. High temperatures should be right around 70 degrees. The clouds will increase just a little bit as the day goes on, but we remain dry, which is good news. Tomorrow, quite a bit of rainfall is heading our way.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We're back in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with news, weather, and traffic updates. Here's a live look downtown, view to the west.